Hi there, my friends. Call me Jules, and I want to thank you so much for joining me on the Jules for Jesus podcast, where we talk real life Christianity. Have you ever felt that quiet, unexpected bang when someone else receives something that you've only dreamed of? Even if you never said it out loud or asked God for it? Maybe it's a friend who lands that job that you applied for, or a parent at school who seems to flow through life while you are just trying to keep everything from falling apart. Maybe it's someone posting pictures of sunset dinners on a yacht while you are counting coins at the petrol station, praying that your card doesn't bounce. You're not jealous, not really. You're happy for them. But somewhere in the background there's this aching whisper, Lord, what about me? Today's episode is for those moments, the ones we don't talk about often. The in-between spaces where contentment and comparison collide. The moments when you know that you should feel grateful, but deep down you still feel a little left behind. So come with me on a recent road trip. Not the one with fancy destinations, but the kind where God does some deep work on the heart. I actually recorded bits of my thoughts as the day unfolded, raw and honest and as real as it gets. So stick with me and let's talk about faith versus FOMO. Yes, that FOMO, the fear of missing out. You're listening to the Jules for Jesus podcast. I'm Jules, and this space is all about bringing faith into the beauty and battles of real life. Whether you're walking through heartbreak, financial stress, rejection, or just feeling lost, I want you to know that you're not alone. I've been there too. This podcast is about honest conversations, real encouragement, and creating a community that seeks God together. My hope is that through my story, Jesus touches yours. So let's pause, let's lean in, let's invite Jesus into this moment and take the next step forward together. This is Jules. Welcome to a safe space where you can come as you are. No judgment, just truth, grace, and Jesus. So what do you do when your son says something like, Mom, I'm sure you don't want to hear this, but we just got our travel itinerary for the school holidays. And as he lights up, reading destinations like Venice, Florence, and Greece, and talking about an upcoming cruise, you listen with love and joy because you are genuinely happy for them. So I smile and say, of course, I want to hear all about it. I'm so glad you're going to have these amazing experiences. He laughs, he relaxes and keeps on chatting, and I stay real. I say, sure, there's a little pang in my heart because I'd love to experience that with you and your brother. And I'm so grateful for the life that we have, the closeness, the conversations, the faith we share. Honestly, that means more to me than any destination. I tell him, all I ever wanted was to raise my boys for the kingdom of God. And I never imagined that we'd find a church we all love, a place where we want to be every week, a place where we searched for so long. And here we are. God gave us all of that. And then I say this to him and to you. If I hadn't gone through the hard seasons, I wouldn't have had this podcast. And let's be real. Who relates to someone talking about challenges while sipping cocktails on a cruise ship? That's not the story that God gave me. And honestly, I've made peace with that because what He gave me is much better than anything I could have planned. This is my purpose, this mic, this space. It brings me so much joy. It lifts me up when I'm overwhelmed. It energizes me in ways a Mediterranean sun never could. That doesn't mean the sting isn't there. It is. But if someone out there, maybe you, hears this and feels less alone, then it's worth it. That whole conversation happened during a truly tough month financially, simply because that's how life is sometimes, you know. The 20th of the month rolled around and I was stretching things to cover the last 10 days. Not because I was careless, but because earlier that month I hit a pothole. And just like that, 2 tires had to be replaced. that one moment on the road took a big unexpected bite out of my budget. So now I'm juggling school drop-offs, golf practices, calculating petrol money, and praying that everything holds together until payday. And in the middle of that, I'm hearing about school holidays in Europe in peak season. My first thought, Lord, just help me get through today. I drop my son off for golf, mind buzzing with numbers and to-do lists. A security guard gently approaches and asks me if I can bring him something to eat when I come back. I say yes, of course, and I mean it. But I'm already doing the mental math. What is left in the fridge? Can I stretch it? And I ask myself, what do I have? I have the gift of closeness with both my boys, a home where we laugh and cry and worship freely, where Jesus is part of our everyday life. My mother always says, you may not have money, but my child, you see life. And she's right. Seeing life through their eyes, my kids' eyes, how could I ever compare that to a holiday? Still, I go back and forth in my mind. Part of me aches as I would have loved to be the one to share this wonderful experience with them. But another part whispers, that trip is temporary, because with them, I have this foundation of faith, love and connection. That's not just for now, that's forever. Later, I pick up my oldest son. He's hungry, of course. High school boys and their bottomless stomachs. He asks for takeaway, so I count the coins and I do the math. Okay, I can buy it. On the way out, I pass a Christian bookstore. This beautiful journal catches my eye. Soft cover, gold letter, just gorgeous. But I buy mine at the Chinese shop. 6 for 180 Rand. They all have this random Hot Wheels logo on the cover. Yes, you can laugh. Total misprints. But they make me smile. There's something about them that feels right. Maybe even spiritual. In some quirky way, I'll understand later. Still, I glance back at that journal. It's printed with Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And I whisper it to myself again and again. Then I stop at the pet store, grab the 5 kg dog food bag, swipe my card, and it goes through. The relief, you would have thought I'd won the lottery. I get into my car, I put on my favorite song, John Mayer's Belief. There's this one line in that song that always hits me. We're never going to win the war. We're never going to beat this if belief is what we're fighting for. And although he means it differently, I catch myself thinking, I can't live by that line, not today. Because belief is exactly what I'm fighting for. Not believe in comfort or ease, but believe in God's plan, in His provision, in the purpose behind this season. That's faith over FOMO. Choosing trust in the Lord over what the world says you are missing. Now, I may not be sunbathing in Europe, but for me, I'm building something that's meaningful to me. Through this mic, these moments, and this message, I'm choosing to show up, to speak faith, and that's how I know I am winning. Not in the world's eyes, maybe, but in the quiet, sacred spaces where God sees, where He meets me, and right now, where He is meeting you too. So if something in today's episode stirred your heart, if you've been carrying that ache of comparison or quiet disappointment, take a deep breath. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. And you are not alone. I am here, believing, fighting, holding on. And more importantly, God is with you, always 24/7. His hand is stretched out toward you. Grab it, hold tight, don't let go. And hey, if you're a classic movie lover, you might remember that line from Gone with the Wind when Scarlett O'Hara says, after all, tomorrow is another day. And with God, every another day comes with brand new grace. So let me remind you, if today felt too heavy, if you didn't get it right, Try again tomorrow. God gives us new mercies every single day. We've come to the end of today's episode, and I just want to thank you for spending this time with me on Jules for Jesus. I hope you are walking away, feeling encouraged, knowing that I'm just like you, navigating life's struggles with God's guidance. And if something in today's episode reminded you of someone, maybe a sister, a brother, a friend, a neighbor, please share this episode with them. Not for numbers, not for clicks, just so that no one has to walk this road alone. Let's keep spreading hope and let His light shine one heart at a time. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Keep seeking God in the little things and trust that He's got a purpose for your journey. This is Jules. You are not alone, and I'll be right here waiting for you when you hit play on the next episode.